Alrighty then, let's talk about the Pistons. Set an NBA record with 27 straight L's in a single season. The overall record is 28 straight L's over 2 seasons. That was also held by the Trusted Process 76ers. They held both records. So 28 is just the most consecutive losses. In a single season, it was 26, and a lot the Pistons, excuse me, broke that. You got people joking around the city saying that, well, the Pistons sacrifice Lions sacrifice the Pistons so they can win. I think everybody would take that trade off. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that and also the rumors of them having interest in Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Tobias Harris, Miles Bridges in the upcoming 2024 free agency. I'll get y'all thoughts on that. Get my thoughts on that as well too. Check out the Piston 101 playlist for all the Piston lives. Also throw these in the Detroit Piston Talk playlist as well. I also want to get to a Lions live stream. I will also have um, um, probably a Michigan and Alabama prediction video coming. So should have all those coming as well. So I split it up today. I was like, you know what? I'll just get y'all an hour straight Piston talk, and then somewhere maybe Friday, Saturday, we'll try to get one more in before the new year in. More Friday probably because the game come on. So I can try to get one in before then and talk some Lions, whatever. You got a game versus Dallas. Check out the prediction video, doing pretty well in views. But yeah, man, lost 27 straight, man, and I've been paying more attention to the Red Wings because I got to stream the Pistons game because I have what you call it. I got YouTube TV, so they don't have Bally Sports now. Also, if you didn't catch my video, there's also a rumor going around that Bally Sports, which is the parent company of Diamond Sports, whatever. That's the main company. They are you know they are in talks to they are in talks with Amazon Prime about buying some of these regional channels that they have. So Valley Sports has regional channels. I mean, it's kind of like they basically Disney ended up buying FS1, which is a monopoly. They couldn't keep all those regional channels. So Will Smith and I think Ice Cube or L Cool J tried to get together, buy some regional channels. They sold it to Bally. Apparently, Bally not making money. They in different markets. I think Charlotte is one. I think maybe Florida is one other. I think they in like 16 different sports markets, right? And apparently they don't have enough money to pay their bills to keep the lights on. Okay, so that's an issue. So before they have to liquidate assets, they looking for somebody to save that ass, which is Amazon Prime. So you can see Pistons games, Tiger games, and Wing games on Amazon Prime. But the Wings have been having more national televised games on TNT, and I've been singing TNT praises about the uh the production. It's the best production in sports, not named UFC. Their production is great, camera work is great, sound is great. If you don't watch a hockey game on TNT, um, you missing out on it. It's a really good sport, and it's one of the sports that is actually still organic. That they ain't really fucked up yet. Excuse my language. They still fighting, they hitting, hip checking, and all that stuff. So, and the Wings are actually pretty good, man. They on their way up. But Jerry Jackson replaced Monty Williams. What's going on, Mega Hustle 313? Gregory, what's going on? So yeah, so for the most part, you can see Piston games and Red Wings game and Tiger games on Amazon Prime if this deal goes through. Now, in addition to that, also today, Amazon Prime announced that they are going up $3 if you want ad-free TV. So, like I said, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. So right now, if you got standard Amazon Prime 2-day shipping, you're gonna have ads sometime next year. So for $3 more, you can get it without ads. So, but nonetheless, they lost 27 straight to Brooklyn. I said if they didn't get past the Utah Jazz, even before I found out all the people on the Jazz was injured, I said if they didn't get past the Utah Jazz, they wasn't gonna win a game for a while. And if you're wondering who up next, the Celtics in a back-to-back. Um, they didn't get past Utah when they was injured, and at the end of the day, my bad. Am I wrong? Yes, yes, yes. It's the Celtics in Boston. They come back in Detroit to play the Raptors. They play the Rockets on New Year's in Houston. So, but nonetheless, man, so I knew if they didn't get past Utah, especially with all those guys out, it was pretty much a wrap. Um, and you had Jeff Teague talking about how bad Monty Williams rotations were. And I'm gonna do a video on that probably in the morning where he talked about how Killian Hayes wasn't the starter. They was trying him on Jeff Teague podcast, and it's a fact. How Monty Williams rotations are trash. I mean, you had Wendy on First Take this morning saying the problem is Troy Weaver hasn't drafted any shooters. So everybody got an opinion. So they making national news for all the wrong reasons, and they don't have any. I mean, they got shooters. All the shooters either rusty or coming off an injury. I mean, Bojanovic coming off an injury. Monty Morris injured. Livers injured. Coming off an injury. Alec Burke, he been pretty solid here and there, but those are four shooters, right? Joe Harris has just been shitty. He done. Either he don't want to be here or he physically done. So, I mean, all your veterans that you count on to be shooters, and then they can't find a way to get Marcus Sasser on the floor, but they sure can find a way to get Killian on the floor. It's crazy to me. And then you got to remember too, Monty Williams said he liked the way Marcus Sasser and Killian fit with K more than Jaden Ivey. So for the most part, he pretty much, Hayes is injured. He pretty much getting bullied into playing Jaden Ivey. So you think it's like dogs and kids, they can sense when something ain't right going on. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the one common denominator, they were bad last year, and they had injuries last year, but they wasn't this bad. And the one common denominator is Monty Williams. And let's not act like Monty Williams can't reach out to a resource within the organization and give him some pointers on how to deal with these young guys. He's still part of the organization. So he one phone call away. I mean, literally, he might be a few steps away from mine. Shout out to Piston Mike, though. What up, Doug? Go subscribe to his channel. They could be one phone call away. I mean, he's a resource that's still in the building. So at the end of the day, most people like Jeff Teague said, you're not going to get rid of, or on First Take, they say you're not going to get rid of a guy you gave $78 million to. I mean, I don't see it getting better. It's just too many chefs in the kitchen. From Arn Tellerman, whatever his name is, from Stefanowski being there, Troy Weaver being there. I mean, I don't think we really can blame Troy Weaver neither. I don't think Troy Weaver, I got to do that video too, really wanted Monty Williams. So I really can't. I mean, the blame falls on the owner, through Van Gundy to fire Dumars and alienating past Pistons, and through Ed Stefanowski being an unofficial GM, to Troy Weaver, the head. Then he called the fans ridiculous for wanting him to sell the team. I know it's Rick Bahorn bobblehead night, but they still had a solid turnout yesterday. So there's no urgency for him to change anything. I think you're gonna see a teardown before you see before you see them get it right. Kay Cunningham poured in 41 points, 37 in the second half on 71% shooting. What else do you want him to do? What else do you want him to do? So they made a mistake by getting Monty Williams. They made a mistake by getting a novice in Troy Weaver. He made a mistake listening to Aaron Tellerman and listening to Ed Stefanowski. He made a mistake buying this fucking team. Trade from Malik Monk, Brogdon, and Levine, they won't help you. Yeah, DJ, they won't help you. Only reason they won't help you because the organization is just dysfunctional. And I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the free agents. It's just dysfunction. It don't matter who you trade for. It's a dysfunction. It's a dysfunction. Something, it's just, Nerlens Noel just said it. The coach in the front office, he said that's what's messing these players up. It's a dysfunction. Monty is not a good coach, and it seems that way. And you can say, people say, well, it's not fair to, Tom Gore said it's not fair to say that Monty isn't a good coach. I mean, shit, we had a 28 game sample size. What is it, 29 game sample size? They've been fairly more healthy than they've been under Dwayne Casey. So, he said they can't go to the G League or nothing. Somebody got to be better than these inefficient shooters. And like I said before, I mean, it is what it is. The guys that you planned on making the shots, either they not making the shots in Livers and Joe Harris, or or Bojanovic, or Monty Morris ain't healthy. And then the problem there too is they don't have a guy at the fourth spot that's gonna stretch the floor. I think they was counting on Livers to do so, and Livers just you go through so many lower body injuries, he probably done. He went to young going through them lower body injury. So at the end of the day, I think if you're gonna have a fix, it's gonna pretty much give Monty Morris the power over the roster, and they go hire the GM of his choice. That's just where it is at. And he probably gonna move on from Ivy, and who knows? It's to get him the power. And to talk about a trade that probably need to be made that a lot of y'all probably ain't gonna like. It's probably bringing Chris Paul here and probably possibly making him the next head coach in the immediate future. That's probably the best trade you can make. That's probably the best trade you can make. Is getting Chris Paul in Detroit. Golden State think they're gonna turn that corner, and they may turn that corner. They very may well turn that corner, but at the end of the day, right now the spotlight ain't as big as on the Pistons as it could be. The Pistons are the Lions are allowing the Pistons to really not get the attention around the city that they could really be getting. Like this can be if the Lions we was already talking about the draft in Detroit already for the Lions. And I know the draft here next year. I'm just talking about our inaugural the draft by mid-season and being eliminated from playoffs. The Pistons would be under a lot of fire. And how dare they break the streak in the Bad Boys jerseys yesterday on Rick Mahorn bobblehead night? He had to be rolling over in his goddamn commentating chair last night. He had to be rolling over. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, I really think the biggest problem other than the camaraderie in the organization between the leadership, the front office, and the head coaching staff, I really don't think Monty want to be here, bro. I don't really think his head is in it. You know what I'm saying? You forced a guy that didn't want to take the job. That's all. Anytime they doing bad, that's always gonna show up. Is he willing to get that money back? I doubt it. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. You force the guy to do something, and I tell you, people, don't never let nobody force you to do something you don't want to do, unless they got a gun in your head or it's a life and death situation. Just being real. Ladies, you got to force a man to marry you, then, hey, at the end of the day, I wouldn't do that because apparently he don't want to marry you. Guys, you got to force a woman to come be with you. You got to pay her to be with you, beg her to be with you. Man, I would have prescribed, I would recommend not do that. Anybody that you got to force to do something, bro, do you think they're going to give a quality effort to do it as if they are willingly to do it? Yo, I don't mind going up to pick up your groceries. That ain't a problem. Hey, if you force somebody to do, or you got to incentivize somebody to do something, is their heart and their passion going to be in it? I mean, he lost. Didn't he lose a wife? His wife died. Then his wife had cancer. Now she cancer free. He got a son that's one of the best basketball players in the country. He was going to take time off. Didn't know if he wanted to coach anymore. I mean, that's tough. I ain't giving no excuses, but that's tough. Now you dealing with a bunch of guys that already know that you didn't want to be the coach. You didn't want to coach us. You here for the money. That's a bad tone to set. And also, Jeff and Teagan was talking about how Monty, or it was either Kendrick Perkins or one. I think it was Kendrick Perkins this morning. They were talking about, they were talking about how Monty needs to change his style and adapt to these younger guys. These younger guys, not us. You yell and scream at them, they're gonna shut down. So, Monty might be the biggest issue. When you make that financial commitment to him, I mean, you pretty much stuck with him. What's up, Mike? Mike say, I'm starting to wonder if they're not firing Weaver because of the extension he got. It's only a 1-year extension. Gores would have to pay him a ton of money for. No, I don't think it's a ton of money. I think Troy Weaver got a 1-year extension. I could be wrong on that. I definitely could be wrong. So it says that General Manager Weaver got a contract extension according to Vince Goodwill at Twitter. Extension was agreed upon months ago, but it wasn't officially finalized. So it doesn't say how many years. However, he first joined the franchise. Weaver reported to 2020. He did 4 years originally. So maybe it's another 4 years. So maybe it's another 4 years. Maybe the Sports Business Journal will know how many years he signed for. So nope. So nobody knows how many years he signed for. Nobody knows how many years he signed for. So I'm gonna go ahead and say he signed for 4 years. So yeah, he didn't want to throw that money. If he didn't want to fire Troy, we damn sure ain't gonna fire Monty Williams. Monty Williams sabotaged Ivy just like he did Jay Crowder and Aiden. I mean, I was getting some validity. 1 or 2 guys. Now you talking about 3 guys. That's why I'm not even mentioning firing Monty because I know it ain't happening for at least 2 more years. 2 more years is a stretch, ain't it? How long is that contract? Alex, what's going on? Big G, salute. He say trade Ivy, trade Hayes and Livers in the second for Taylor Horton Tucker, low budget trade for an NBA level player. Where's he playing at now? Tatum and Brown are questionable. Does that matter? They still got Porzingis. They still got Hauser and them guys. Still Drew Holiday still beat us. Yeah, Mark Jackson actually wanted to be the Pistons coach, but he's blackballed for some reason. Once Monty didn't accept the first offer, Gore should have walked away. Monty only came for the money. Yep. He said Monty be on the bench trying not to laugh. Even a decent coach would have won something by now. Yeah. Mark Jackson and Ivy would be reading the Bible together before and after every game. That's who Ivy needed. I mean, it is what it is. So any other coach would have been fired, but now Weaver doesn't have those powers. He never had that power. These young kids need a new voice in the locker. They need a younger voice in the locker room. They need a younger voice, in my opinion. DeJuan said, don't forget he had a riff with some players and stops in New Orleans after Chris Paul left in Phoenix with Aiden and Crowder. I don't remember the New Orleans part, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But at the end of the day, anytime you losing like this, all your skeletons gonna come back from your past. We know that. All them skeletons coming back from his past. And it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. He going through a lot, but then again, you can't feel sorry for a guy that's making all that money. You got to figure it out. But at this point, they might as well give him power over the roster. They might as well give him power over the roster. That's my thing about it. Well, give him the power that he want over the goddamn roster. Give him the power. Ain't no point of spoiling good players' careers and their lives because a guy don't like him. And I don't know exactly what he don't like about Ivy. I would love to hear, but he kind of low key been throwing shit at him. Didn't tell him that he was coming off the bench. Didn't communicate. A man in his 50s not communicating. That's wild to me. So didn't tell him he was coming off the bench. Then told the media that he felt that Sasser and Hayes were a better fit next to Cade Cunningham. What else do we need to know? He don't like the guy. He don't like him. And for him, I'm pretty sure he need to get. I think Cade need to get out of here. Let's be real. Cade need to get out of here. Let's keep it a bean. He should be requesting a trade out of here. I don't think anybody would blame him at this time. I don't think anybody would blame him. So, but these dudes is they destroying these dudes' careers. Egos is destroying these young men' careers. Egos. And they needed a guy like Jerry Stackhouse, Kevin Ollie. They needed a younger coach to come in to do it, or more of a players coach. And that could have been Mark Jackson as well, too, being more of a players coach. That could have been him. So, before y'all talking about we need this player, that player, we need this, that, and the third. I mean, you got a lot of guys that it seem like they got a lot of money tied up in. The problem is the people that's pulling the strings. And when you hear guys like Nerlens Noel go around and say, well, the office and the coaching staff was the issue, it's a good group of guys. You think anybody else gonna want to come there? Nobody gonna want to come here unless they're getting overpaid, and you're gonna pay these guys super max money or max money that they don't deserve. They're gonna get here and not even give a fuck about winning. What's the first thing Jeremy Grant did? Excuse me, my language. What's the first thing that Jeremy Grant did when he got his money? He came here and just tried to score as many points as possible. He didn't care about winning, bro. What he said what was the rumors when he was getting traded? He wanted to go somewhere and be a number one scoring option. That's what happened when you start. That's what happened when you start paying guys. That's what happened when you start paying guys. They come here, and they look at this situation. It's a lose-lose situation. You know what I'm saying? They said, let me just come here and get my numbers. Let me just come here and get my numbers. So you talking about add people to the locker room or trade people and all that type of stuff. Come on, man. If you got a bunch of if you got tainted water in your sink, you gonna add clean water to it and start washing your dishes? Hell no. These are some troubled waters in the Detroit Pistons organization. These are some troubled waters. It's trouble in these waters. That's what it is. It's a troubled organization. And you want to add veteran players in here. And a lot of them guys, Tobias Harris, come on. You going to max Tobias Harris out? Come on. You going to max Siakam out? And I'm going to get to them in 1 second, in a couple of minutes. The problem with this team is just how this organization is built is not on a good infrastructure. You got front office probably beefing with leadership beefing with front office, and front office beefing with the coaching staff. You heard Tom Gores admit that he had to go down and talk to Monty Williams about his rotations. You got other NBA players, ex-NBA players, saying that he's not doing a good job with his rotations suck. Come on. You got the owner who runs other billion-dollar businesses stopping his day to come talk to you about your rotations. But then again, the owner turned around and said, well, it's not Monty Williams' fault. What the hell you mean? Somehow Isaiah Stewart is still a main staple in this rotation. Only reason Killian ain't in the rotation is because of what? He injured. And could he be intentionally trying to get fired so he can just sit at home and get the money? Wouldn't put it past him. Send K to New York or Brooklyn. He said Monty be laughing because he knows he get fired, he get paid. There you go. Yep. Y'all don't deserve talent like that. We don't. We sure don't. Monty the new Stan Van Gundy shake my head. Jay said Monty, but we even when Troy Weaver was trying to work with Monty, he said that's not his job in the interview. There you go. Yeah, he said that with Dwayne Casey. When they got Dern and Ivy at Rouge Park, he said it's up to Casey and them to do his job. He said it's better not. He said it's better not to tell guys who's starting and who's not. Laugh my ass off. I mean, okay, that's what he believed. That was his excuse for that shit. How do I mentally prepare? All I'm saying, I'm getting to the game thinking I'm about to start, and then I'm going to the bench. How does that? How does that's mentally? Like I said before, he's an idiot. RB the baller, no vet going to sign here and play under Monty. What Monty players don't mess with him like that. And I mean, at the end of the day, unless they getting overpaid, the lack of urgency is destroying their careers as well. And that's a good point. It's too much patience. Said when Gore said he was talking to Monty about rotations, I bet anyone that Troy Weaver told Gore's, hey, can you go ask Monty to give Ivy more man? I guarantee you that happened. Man, it probably was worse than that. It probably was worse than that. Probably was worse than that. Dog, somehow Isaiah Stewart and Killian Stanton rotations, and Brian Windhorst brought another point. He said the only shooter outside of Sasser, he probably didn't know that. Only shooter Monty drafted was Sadiq Bey, and he got rid of him. That's a fact. He got rid of Sadiq Bey. He got rid of him. He got rid of Sadiq Bey, who was better than Killian and Isaiah Stewart combined. He got rid of him fast. He got rid of him fast. Yo, Mark Jackson and Jerry Jack would be my picks for the Pistons team. Correct. You should have told Ivy that. But when you the highest paid employee of the team, you have egos. And of course, not over the Phoenix firing, which I heard that a Sheba dude ain't like Monty. Yeah, he was a Michigan State guy. He said Detroit is not a hot destination. Never have been. That's exactly what happened. It's reported that FO had a problem with Ivy not getting minutes, the front office. They're not gonna fire no one. Might as well try to win. Hopefully the NBA steps in. Oh, the NBA loving this. The NBA ain't gonna step in and say Detroit. They hate Detroit. They loving this. I'm loving it. That's Commissioner Silver. I'm loving it. So yeah, Monty needs Chris Paul on the Pistons for him to succeed. So Weaver's going to make a desperate trade to save his job, the same way Stan Van Gundy traded for Blake Griffin and save Stan's job. Well, he said that in his interview with the media. He expects Troy Weaver to make a move between now and he makes to make a move between now and the trade deadline. He said that's what he expects. He is gonna make a Hail Mary. It ain't gonna be no fucking Doug Flutie Hail Mary from back in the day. Y'all might be too young to remember that. Throw it back at OG draft star. He's the best that can do at this point. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm on other channel, Luis. Yeah, I'm on other channel. It's in the link tree. K should sue. Yeah, defamation. Alec Burks needs to be off the team for real. Yeah, he probably ready to go. No other historical basketball team go through this. Where is the real pushback from the fans? Fans like going downtown for the hip hop at Little Caesars, and they like going down to Little Caesars for the experience. It's part of the downtown experience. Ain't too much to experience downtown. I don't see why people go. I think you can find better. You can find just as good as restaurants everywhere else in the metropolitan area. You can find other safe clubs. I mean, downtown is like mad overrated, bro. But they working on it. They working on it. He said Gore's like a vanity project, big names that amount to nothing. That's what Matasheba got. Matasheba came into the Suns and he tried to kick up some dust. And look what they doing. They tried to trade for Bradley Beal and they trash. Anybody could have told them not to make that trade. That was dumb. But nonetheless, man, let's kind of move over. There's a report that the Detroit Pistons are interested in trading for Tobias Harris, Pascal Siakam, LG Anunoby, and Miles Bridges in free agency in 2024. Now, I don't know what the hell Miles Bridges doing right now. I know he came back. No, he came back. So right now he averaging 13 points, just under 30 minutes. 5.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, shoot 47% from the field, over 47, 34.3% from three. So I mean, I think that's something that we don't talk about as well too with the Pistons is that they need more shot creators and more guys that can get their own shot. So they need more guys that can get their own shot. You know, think about who all they got that can literally get out there and go get their own shot. I mean, Ivy, Bojanovic, K can do it a little bit, but they need somebody that can get their own shot. But the problem is they need shooting. Pascal Siakam, Miles Bridges, they not shooters. OG can shoot it, and Tobias can shoot it. You know, those are the two guys that can knock down the shots and they can defend their position. So, but you say, let's say they do get OG Anunoby and they get Tobias Harris with Duran, and let's say they do K Cunningham, and let's say they find another guy at the 2 guard spot they can shoot it and knock it down, or however y'all want to imagine. Is that still good enough to do anything? You know what I'm saying? How good is that unit, to be honest? You know, not sure. Not sure. You know, is that playing good? So really, they really still will be predicated on how great Jalen Duren, Ashore Thompson, K Cunningham, and whoever else here, how great they continue to develop. True, they have more defense and they have more ability to stretch the floor. But you know, the inability for K Cunningham and Ivy to knock down a shot, that's what's killing them right now. One of them, or sure, Jay, K, somebody got to be able to knock down a consistent 3-point shot. You know, and I think you can get away with it with Ivy out there, with those two out there, two more shooters, because Jay and Ivy can go get his own shot. And that's what Monty don't understand. They need to allow Jay and Ivy to be Jay and Ivy, you know, and get his own shot. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not sure any of them guys can say this franchise. You know, and the problem with the young guys saving the franchise is simply they becoming damaged goods. How can they how can they how can they how can they excuse me rise above this? You know, you need shooting and shot, and the guy that can get his own shot. And right now, you know, Pascal Siakam is shooting less than 25% from three. How does that help you in a defensive standpoint? It helps you. But from a shooting standpoint, how does it help you? He's a 32% shooter for his career. How does that help you? You know, he give you a 20 points a night, 6.7 rebounds, 5 assists. You know, once again, it doesn't fix your issue with shooting the ball. Maybe even shot creation, it doesn't, being able to get his own shot, it doesn't fill that void. So when you talking about the guys they're interested in, is OG and Tobias Harris, Miles Bridges, and Siakam 5. Now, if you tell me they're able to get a guard that can shoot with K Cunningham, they're able to get a 3 that can shoot and stretch the floor on the floor with those with K Cunningham and Duren, and then you can get away with Siakam playing power forward. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with it. But as of right now, they need to be looking at shooters. All their shooters are old, or they not making shots, or they injured. So then you saying if you get OG in the body, right? You still got to find somebody at the 4 position to be a modern 4. You gonna max out Tobias Harris just to come here? That's the question. And another reason they continue to lose a bunch of games, they continue to, want to start. They continue to want to start that Isaiah Stewart. He can't guard, he can't score. He can't guard and he can't score. He ain't even that good of a rebounder on a consistent basis. You know, that's a problem. You know, with Bridges, you gotta hope he keep his nose clean off the floor. But you know, if he able to shoot it at a 40% clip from the 3-point land, you would take that. You would take that. He'll be able to get his own shot, but if he can knock down the three, but I don't think you need another if he can knock down the three, if he can shoot the ball. I don't think you need another if. You need somebody that's gonna come in here and shoot the ball. Who already can shoot the ball. So that's what it's about. If you're gonna trade and move guys, you're moving them to shoot the rock. And it seemed like a lot of these dudes today, they just got problems shooting the ball. They got problems with just shooting the rock. It's hard for these guys to improve. I mean, look at the kid from Cleveland, Isaac Okoro. He never learned to shoot the ball. They say if he could learn to shoot the ball, he would be an all-star. He never learned to shoot the rock. It's just to the point where you got to get to a point. If you need a guy to be able to get better at shooting the ball, you might as well don't even draft him. He can't come into the league shooting the ball. He's just a waste. He's just a waste. You know, he's just a waste. He's just a waste. OG Anunoby, he's shooting at about 37%. Strong kid. Kind of reminds you of what they wanted Stanley Johnson to be. So for his career, he's a 37% three-point shooter, mainly shooter from that corner, though. But still at 26 years old, he's pretty young. So you probably going to have him play the small forward position. So then you down to either Short Thompson, Jaden Ivey playing the shooting guard position, or one of them moving on. So I don't know. OG is the best out of all the guys. I think it fit wise. Yeah. Pascal sure is redundant. The franchise is dumb. Well, Pascal will play that 4 spot, but they can't play in the lineup together unless they get more shooting. Their shooters can't play defense. Yeah. Well, Monty can play defense. You know, Livers used to play defense, but he ain't shooting the ball. Yeah, Joe Harris can't. Bojanovic can't. Alec Burke and Jocelyn Salute. We might be able to get OG and Bridges teams ain't touching Bridges with a 10-foot pull. IBK, Bridges, Dern, OG, Dern. Question about that is Bridges and OG, Bridges and somebody else got to knock down shots. Somebody else got to knock down shots. That's the problem. Somebody got to be able to knock down the shots. You know, you talking about Zach LaVine, he could shoot it consistently. You know, him and Cade, maybe a solid backcourt. You able to finesse OG and the body, that'll work. But still, you're gonna need somebody at that 4 spot to be able to, you know, do what a modern power forward can do. Isaiah Stewart is not that. Wiseman is not that. Bagley is not that. They took a chance on a lot of scavengers they shouldn't have took a chance on. You know. So, you know, getting Pascal Siakam, I mean, it's gonna have to be some major improvements in shooting in the starting lineup. Harrison OG is the are the fits. Hold on real quick. Let's see. You know, and at the end of the day, you find it funny that they leaking this stuff out to the press saying that, well, yeah, these are the guys we looking at trying to give people hope. Unless they overpaying these guys that ain't nobody else paying, it's a wrap. You know, you got guys like Klay Thompson who's starting to play better, Siakam, Gordon Hayward, Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, you know, Buddy Hield, you know, Mike Conley, Dinwiddie, you know, Russell, D'Angelo Russell, Gary Trent Jr., Markelle Fultz, Marcus Morris Sr., Gary Harris, Robert Covington, Taylor Horton Tucker. He in Toronto. I mean, he in Utah, excuse me. I mean, ain't too much shooting out there that I see. Torian Prince, he's shooting the ball well out there in LA too. That's a guy they really can bring off the bench and use. Patrick Beverly, they can use a guy like him. I said that last year to kind of get these guys hyped up. They could have used the Kelly Oubre. 3-and-D guys. So it ain't a whole bunch out there they got to offer. He said Monty lost the locker room a long time ago. I'm tired of hearing Monty say, and every pressure is on me. We know is this actions speak louder than words. Why? Yup. That boy just hoping to get fired so he can get a check. They'll probably let him lose every game in the rest of the season. He still won't get fired. Tom Gores will be like, well, it's not Monty's fault. We have to be better. It's me and Troy's fault. That's exactly what he'll say. Exactly what he'll say. So, I mean, you need shooting. Even guy like DeMar DeRozan, man. Him and Zach LaVine, they deserve to be on teams that can win. That's just the honest truth. A guy like Lauri Markkanen is somebody they should be targeting. Guy that can give you time at the 5 and the 4 who can stretch and shoot it. That's what they should be targeting. OG and body, I'm cool with that. Maybe if Klay Thompson hit the market, you go overpay Klay Thompson and put him next to Cade Cunningham. Maybe so. Especially if he continue to shoot the ball pretty well. Why not? So a lot of their shooters they invested into is just rusty old ass veterans. And that's the problem. They rusty old ass veterans. Old rusty guns. You might as well don't even get no gun to get no oil for it. But until they fix the turmoil that's going in, it's a wrap. I mean, yeah, you got guys that's probably they want to get moved like Julius Randle, Karl Anthony Towns, RJ Barrett, Miles Bridges, possibly Lauri Markkanen. They probably are guys that's probably gonna be looking to move. Utah looking to move any and everybody. Hold on real quick. Let's see what we can find. They got that number 1 pick. They can trade for somebody right now. So, you still got guys like DeAndre Hunter. They was interested in getting him. Don't understand why they didn't get him. Dorian Smith-Finney might be a good catch for Detroit. Good 3-and-D guy. Zach LaVine would be interested. I know he wore New Balances, but that's a real interesting one. I mean, he can handle the ball. I think he deserved to go be on a championship caliber team. Or a team that's competing for something. Isaac Okoro, he don't help us. He can't fucking shoot still. Tim Hardaway Jr., Rashad Holmes. I like Rashad Holmes, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's the modern four we're looking for. Tim Hardaway can stretch the floor out and shoot the ball, but I ain't quite sure that's what you're looking for. Justin Holiday, he's straight. Well, obviously we on the list. Everybody on the list. Chris Paul. Chris Paul. That'll be very interesting for Detroit to look out there and get Chris Paul. I like it. Mentor these guys. I love Moses Moody. I love Kuminga. I like Moody because Moody can D and shoot it. I think Moses Moody is a guy I've been talking about for years. He can defend the ball. He can defend the rock. Real rangy forward, catch and shoot. I think that's a guy that I would target. I wouldn't mind bringing maybe Chris Paul can be like some type of adapter connector to the players for Monty Williams. He said, I come to grips, James Thornton Jr. We got a bad team. It doesn't matter who starts at point. We're going to lose. If this team stays this way, it is. I won't be surprised if we go 2-80. They go 2-80, man. They got to go. We got to trade them for the shock. What's the name of the shock now? Pistons need role players bad. They got Cade playing with a bunch of bench trash. Testing 1, 2, 3. RB the baller. Clay need to be with a guy like Cade that's gonna feed him. Steph don't feed him the ball enough. Well, Steph really ain't no point guard. That's really Draymond's job. Where's Monty Morris? He's injured. I think they had to reevaluate him a couple weeks ago. He said, I'm just now joining James McLaren. He said, I'm telling you now, they need to leave the trades alone. And I think he's right about that. I think they dealing with just too much in inner turmoil with the Pistons. They need to get with right within the organization. He says Savitas, look him up. He's the agent. Is when look up who his agent is when we drafted him. Who is it? Let's see. Let you see he BS going on behind the scenes. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can find this information. Oh, Savitas is represented by Michael Tellem, who is the Pistons vice chairman's Arn Tellerman's son. Yep. So there you go. Troy Weaver hiring his kids. Arn Tellerman, who's an advisor to Tom Gores. Yep. It don't surprise me, dude. This is a poorly piss poor run organization. This is a piss poor mom and pops organization. It didn't surprise me. Moses Moody would be solid. We should have got him instead of Wiseman. I said that. He just over there riding anyway. He over there. They not even playing him. They not even playing him. Oh, he on the Blazers now, is he? Oh, he on Golden State. I know they look like they had the ninja in the Blazer uniform. So yeah, he ain't even playing. Not for real. How many minutes he playing the game? Hold on. He playing less than 20 minutes this year. It's a tick up from the other one. He only 21. I love to get Moses Moody on the Pistons. That's exactly what they need. Get Chris Paul and Moses Moody. Jeff Green still out here getting it. I like Buddy Hield though. Bones Highland, Norman Powell. That'd be good pickups for the Pistons too. I think especially Norman Powell, spark plug off the bench. I like Bones Highland too. I thought they should have kept him in Denver. Owner had to say is all he said. There will be a move made. Have to shake. He said they need to start Harrison and Bojan and Ben Stu and Hayes and Ivy commit to K at point guard. Michael Tellerman was his agent. That's Arn Tellerman's son. He said Moody went to the same high school as K. Oh, he did. The Pistons lose 30 in a row for 34 and 30. Will win come against the Lakers, I feel. I don't know. Since the in-season tournament, the Lakers, but y'all got any questions I answer from the Lakers and the Pistons been trash. Lakers and the Pacers been trash. I like Ryu Hachimura. They can use his ass for sure. No, thank you on Luke Kennard. Seen that story. Miami, Duncan Robinson would be interesting, but he can't defend though. But I'll take a shooting. Hero, I don't think Hero going anywhere. I've never been impressed with Pat McConnell. Carthy Towns, a lot of people don't like him. I understand that. Soft baby shit. They need to get rid of him and just get a team over to Ant-Man. I like Kerry Lewis coming out the draft. Not sure what he been doing, bro. I like them coming out the draft a lot. Evan Fournier, not a fan. And that David Bertrand's guy, he can shoot the ball though. I give him that. I don't know much about that guy. Marcus Morris, I mean, he can shoot it. Veteran guy. So yeah, Nicholas Batum, he ain't did shit in years. Grayson Allen shooting the ball really, really well this year too. He'd be a nice guy, handle the ball a little bit, shoot the rock a little bit. So yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing Grayson Allen in. Jeremy Grant and Michael Brogdon. We got too many guards as it is, and y'all know how I feel about Grant. Davion Mitchell, we got enough guards. Good defender though, but still can't shoot for shit. Doug McDermott still in the league. That's wild. Davante Graham, I would like him off the bench. I didn't know he was still in the league. Gary Trent Jr., I like him a lot too. I ain't know Thaddeus Young was still in the league neither. He's still getting checked. Shout out to old Thaddeus Young. Nigga been in the league about 50 years. Taylor Horton Tucker, somebody just brought up. We had Kelly Olynyk already. Already had DeLon Wright. I didn't know his brother was Darrell Wright. So yeah, that was his brother. So I mean some options out there. But but until you get right with until they get right with in their organization and get everybody on the same accord, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Until they everybody get on the same accord, ain't none of that gonna matter. Let's see if we can find something else. Jordan Clarkson, he'd be a nice spark plug off the bench. I know he got them braids in there. We already got that guy. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I would, as if one of my favorite players, I like to see Levine go somewhere and get an opportunity to win. Brogdon a good player, but we got enough guards. DeMar DeRozan, he can't shoot the ball good enough. Caruso, I wouldn't be mad about it. OG, love him. Siakam, I'm good. Laurie Marketing, that's the number one guy I want for the Pistons. Laurie Marketing. They need to give up what they need to give up to get Laurie Marketing. If they can get Laurie Marketing, OG Anunoby, they'd be a lot better basketball team. Said, do you feel? He said trade. Hold on. Yeah, Moody, Dern, Barnes, all did. He said trade Hayes to Phoenix for Grayson Allen. They need a point guard. Yeah, I like Grayson Allen. I'll pick him up. Playing really, really well this year. Jason McLaren, do you feel like they were wrong by going away from assistant coaches that were being sold to us, like Allen from the last staff, and keeping the continuity going? Nah, a new coach got to bring in his own coaching staff. I just think they picked the wrong guy. They should have went with Jerry Stackhouse or somebody younger. Do you think the coach knows who leaders are? I mean, they're a young team. Ain't no leaders. K probably seen to be a leader, but you gotta do something to win something in this league to be a leader. It's bad. Olynyk came here and schooled us and facepalm you up with the G League Jazz. He said, "What's good, CJ?" To be honest, Eric Williams said they definitely need to get rid of Wiseman, Stewart, Killian, Bagley for some. Man, I don't care if they get rid of them for Airhead or a brown paper bag of air. Wouldn't even care if they got rid of them for nothing. They talking about the Broncos expected to cut um the Broncos expected to cut Russell Wilson. That's wild. Somebody just sent me the ultimate decision belongs to the owner, in my opinion, based on the limited info that I can't share or provide evidence of. This was a business financial move by the organization, not by Weaver. So what were we talking about? All right, somebody send me that. So I guess they talking about paying. I think this was talking about paying uh Monty Morris. I'm not Monty. I mean Monty Williams. So I guess that was me. That's what they mean. So maybe that was his decision. But hey, it is what it is. Uh, who in the draft at power forward? Boy, I don't know shit about the draft this year, dude. I don't even watch college basketball no more. I didn't watch none of the tournament last year. I don't know these people no more. Uh, uh yeah, Tankathon. Let's see. I don't know who these cats is this year, bro. I don't know, man. None of these. Ron Hollins. Don't know who he is. I don't know who none of these is. I think I know the kid from USC played with Bronny. That's about it. This guy he look interesting though. This Matthias Bulias guy, 6'11", 195. Can't shoot the shit though, but he, 6'11", small forward. That's intriguing. Yeah, I don't know none of these guys. I couldn't even tell you, bro. Use White Castle ketchup bag straight up trade for guaranteed 10 more wins. Uh, Wes Weaver Jr. said, "What do you think about Johnny Davis or Garford for Wiseman and Hayes?" Yeah, what's Johnny Davis doing in the league, bro? I forgot about dog. Oh yeah, they talking about Davion Mitchell, Devon Mitchell. You know, what would Cleveland get up to get Devon Mitchell up? You know, would he work in Detroit? Devon Mitchell to the Pistons. Uh, what y'all think? Him and Cade in the backcourt. He need to play next to a bigger guard. I mean, hey, he can. I mean, I think he shoot the ball pretty well too. Yeah, Johnny Davis ain't even getting no burn in the league. That's wild. So yeah, Johnny Davis ain't doing a damn thing on a bad team. You know, on a bad team. But because Devon Mitchell uh and Kay Cunningham work, you know, them in division in division trades don't work. He only shoot 35% from the floor from the three, but I think he a good enough shooter. Uh Historically, hold on. Can we get some historical feats here? He shoot about 36%, almost 37% historically. So yeah, that could work. Devon Mitchell, it could work. He need to be next to a bigger guard like Kay Cunningham. It might work. Pistons should target OG and Taylor Hendricks. Stu and Boogie got to go. I said Taylor Hendricks from the beginning, and I said the kid down there in Houston, Tyree Eason in that draft. Cleveland ain't giving up Mitchell. Not gonna happen. Apparently they trade. They thinking about trading him. Yeah, they are thinking about trading. They've been out there for a couple months now. Yep, both of them. Both was on the one. When Davion was on trade list, and Devon is on the other one. A lot of Knicks fans trying to get them to trade for Devon Mitchell. Um, Also, I think they trying to get rid of Jared Allen too. Um, so yeah. I mean, I think 76ers may be looking at Devon Mitchell too. I don't understand that one. I think they more likely to probably get Zach LaVine. Um, but everybody got guards. That's the crazy thing about it. So that'd be interesting to see kind of where would Devon Mitchell fit, especially if he go to somewhere they can win something. You know, Miami. Um, they would need a guy like that. Shit. Who else out there? Um, Miami. Shit. Hold on, real quick. Uh, sheesh, Luis. Maybe New Orleans. I doubt it. Uh, I really see like the Knicks. Uh, the Knicks for real. Maybe the Grizz. I don't know him and Ja will work. The Knicks. Uh, Really, that's the Knicks is the only team I see as a fit. DeJounte Murray also getting moved. I got a video coming about him. I'll speak on DeJounte Murray tomorrow. It was supposed to come up today, but that Larry Fitzgerald video came up, another one. So yeah, it was going on, Kobe. He said, in other words, they're trying to blow it up. No, they trying to redo a rehab. They trying to do a refix. Shit, what the drug dealer said, re-rock. They ain't trying to tear it down just yet. They trying to patch this shit up. They trying to do one of them Detroit HUD homes rebuild and shit, refurb. That's what they trying to do. Davion is elite on ball defender. That's capable shooter. I would take him. Capable. He got to be able to shoot that hole. But yeah, I like him too. Great on ball defender. But you forgot you got Sasser too. So kind of redundant in my opinion. But hey, that's all I got, man. Check out the Piston One-on-One playlist. You want to watch it? I'll put it up on the podcast tonight. Yeah, share it. Thumbs up the video on your way out if you haven't already. If you're watching the replay, thumbs up the video. Peace.